Welcome to Your Health, where we explore the latest in health across the country. I'm Erica Cardenas. The holidays can be a stressful time, but there are ways to cope and breeze through the season. But before we share those tips, let's take a look at what's coming up on the show. Getting into the right healthcare plan for you, and a place helping you achieve the look you desire in the new year. Plus, a look at the world's largest poison control system and how they help save lives every day. All that and more coming up on Your Health. The holidays and stress can go hand in hand, but simple things like getting out in nature can help you weather the season in a Zen way. The holidays are supposed to be joyful, but it's easy for it to quickly become a burden. Dr. Shad Marvasti says you should focus on being with family and friends and not perfection.
We don't want to give ourselves unrealistic expectations, right? You're not going to have the perfect dinner, the perfect setup. And also, I think there's a lot of financial pressure, right, in terms of gift giving and doing all sorts of things, to really throw together the best celebration ever. And so if we can take off some of that stress by finding ways to cultivate healthy habits and change our perspective and our expectations, then we can go a long way to reducing that stress and really getting through the holidays in the best way possible.
Dr. Marvasti said stress associated with the holidays can cause depression, impact our sleep, and cause us to give up our healthy eating habits.
People tend to overindulge, so if we eat too much, we tend to also have more of the sugary snacks and things like that. So someone who has pre-diabetic, I've seen patients go from pre-diabetes to full-out diabetes. People will gain a few pounds. We also have this concept of holiday heart. If people overindulge in things like alcohol, where they can cause an arrhythmia and they end up in the emergency rooms.
In order to avoid holiday health pitfalls, the doctor says indulging a little is okay, but to plan an outdoor activity with your family like hiking or yoga, and go shopping for healthy foods and cook as a family. And if the holiday party buffet is your stress trigger, try to reach for whole foods.
Adding a serving of whole vegetables and fruits is always going to lead to boosting our immunity. Fermented foods are also good, like yogurt, kimchi, sauerkraut. All those also help to boost our immunity, especially in the winter months when we have more of a cold and flu seasons.
If the holidays are a sad time for you, reach out if you feel lonely, or seek out community, religious or social events that can offer support. Volunteering your time can also help others while lifting your spirits. Dr. Marvasti says no matter the time of the year, one thing to always keep in mind is self-care.
One quick takeaway is to take personal time for yourself. Every single person should do that, whether it's quietly sitting down and focusing on your breathing, going for a walk, if you're into meditation, doing that, if you're into biking, if you're into yoga, whatever you're into that kind of is your Zen moment of peace, making sure you carve that out and set those boundaries is really important. And sometimes, just as important as the activities is also the rest. Because a lot of times we don't take any time to rest. We don't take any time for ourselves, so you don't process things, you get overwhelmed, and we really need to take that space, that sacred space. It needs to be there for each individual, and encourage everyone in your family to do that too, so everybody can be happy and healthy for the holidays.
Selecting the right healthcare plan is an important step in your well-being, and the experts at Palomar Health Medical Group explain why.
The importance of open enrollment cannot be overstated. This is the time of year when you can select a new plan or a new physician. And this can impact your care for the coming year because it depends which network you're in and which specialists you can see. If you already have specialists that you see for certain medical conditions, you want to make sure that you have picked a network that has those specialists in it or another comparable specialist. Navigating specialty referrals can be a complicated thing. It's very important to use your primary care physician as the quarterback for your medical care to assist with all of these types of referrals. When I refer a patient for a specialty need, I will communicate with that specialist, letting them know the reason that I'd like the patient to be seen and expect communication back from them as well. We want to be there to help you to get to see the doctors that you need to see. There are lots of great things happening in medicine right now. We have some newer medications which are really good for diabetes and also for weight loss. There's also personalized medicine, which is really cutting edge, but looking at people's genetic makeup to see what best suits them for treatments. Telemedicine isn't really new, but that is something that we are able to provide in many locations so that you don't always have to go into the doctor to get treatment for simple things. Also, immunotherapy for cancer is a new treatment that allows for targeted treatment for certain types of cancer like melanoma and some lung cancers. Another thing I'm excited about is the advancement of scribe technology for physicians. This allows an ambient scribe to record an office visit and help the doctor create a note. This allows them to look at the computer less, look at the patient more, and also allows them to spend less time on the computer after hours. There are also some new advances within the electronic health record where the computer system can summarize what's happened since the patient was last seen. These are things that I think are going to revolutionize the practice of medicine. It's important to find diseases early so that we can have excellent outcomes and hopefully not have any ongoing problems with your health. At Palomar Health Medical Group, we have 300 physicians who are ready to serve you. We have multiple primary care doctors all over the county, especially North County, even up into Temecula and Murrieta. We have many specialties, almost every specialty available. And the best thing about being part of a group like PHMG is that our physicians talk to each other. We have easy access to each other through the computer, through our EHR, and through Microsoft Teams. So it's always easy to get a hold of each other and make sure that your specialists are talking to your primary care doctors.
One way to practice self-improvement this holiday season is to cultivate gratitude. Research shows that incorporating a gratitude journal into your daily life can help ward off stress, improve sleep, and give you a better mindset. And I'm so grateful to show you what's coming up next on the show. How breathing rehab can impact your overall health, and getting a new look with the help of La Jolla Cosmetic.
From fitness to medical technology, explore how people are leading healthier lives on Your Health. Join Erica Cardenas as she introduces you to health experts, examines popular fitness trends, and explores new treatments for common conditions. Discover how the choices we make in our daily lives directly affect our well-being. Plus, learn simple tips for leading a healthier life. Watch Your Health Sunday, Monday, Thursday, and Saturday only on YourView, or stream it online at yourview.com.
La Jolla Cosmetic prides itself as a place where dreams become real and they can help you create the look you desire. Let's meet one of their plastic surgeons, Dr. Salazar.
When I saw my grandmother coming back from having a facial rejuvenation, right then I knew that I wanted to become a plastic surgeon. I actually graduated summa cum laude out of my medical school. Then I pursued my career in plastic surgery, and I actually was trained in Houston. I met my wife in Houston. We got married, and after a year, little Hector was born. When he was 8 months old, we actually moved back to San Diego for me to establish my practice here. We love to travel. We love to spend time together as a family. One of my passions is actually wine appreciation. I'm a Chevalier du Tastavan. It's one of the most important wine fraternities, and it's all about celebrating the traditions of Burgundy. One of the things that we love to do every evening is actually finish our day in the wine cellar. Hector reading his book and me reading about plastic surgery, or sometimes even reading about wine. Little Hector and I are passionate drivers of Aston Martin. To give you an idea of the strength of the background that I have in breast augmentation, in Houston, I trained in the program where the silicone breast implant was invented. I also have an intense solid background in breast reconstruction. So if we can reconstruct a breast starting from scratch, definitely we can improve the look of a breast. When the patient schedules an appointment at La Jolla Cosmetic, the 35 years of experience that we have as a group immediately starts permeating in that patient experience. All of our staff is very approachable. Everything is centered on the patient experience. The patient has a very clear image of how they want to look. But it's really important for me to be able to form or to absorb that mental image that they have. So in order for me to deliver exactly the result that they're looking for. So important things are to dedicate time to that patient, to listen to all the different goals of that patient, to have no surprises after a surgery, and that's something that patients tend to fear with breast augmentation, that they don't get exactly the result that they wanted. Simulation is important. So we have, I would say in those terms, two big instruments. One is Vectra simulator, so that's advanced imaging technology that we have in which patients can actually see the result. We take a picture and then we can simulate exactly how things are going to look. And the second one is also using some dummy implants, sizers that are actually shaped in order for them to be able to appreciate that. How is it going to look underneath a bra or while they're wearing a t-shirt? So a successful breast augmentation is defined by a happy patient.
Breathing issues can cause severe problems with a patient's overall health, but with pulmonary rehab, these patients can be helped immensely. The doctors at La Mesa Rehab show us how.
When I see a new patient who I suspect has chronic obstructive pulmonary disease or COPD, one of the first thoughts I have is that they need to go to pulmonary rehabilitation. It's the cornerstone of effective therapy for patients with COPD because it prevents worsening exercise intolerance, prevents hospitalizations and exacerbations, and trains patients how to deal with their own disease process so they can manage their medications and their therapies more effectively.
Pulmonary rehab can be a wonderful extension of the medical services to patients with COPD, including weekly reports to the physician about patients' progress. On top of the pharmaceutical intervention and medications that we provide, the most important part of the treatment is referring these patients to pulmonary rehab. Any physician can initiate that process and refer the patient to pulmonary rehab, as we know that will help sometimes even more than pharmaceutical intervention.
When the patient gets admitted for COPD exacerbation and recover from that hospitalization, it is important to break that cycle. First thing for a physician is to make sure they're on the appropriate medications. Another important intervention is to recognize these patients and refer them to pulmonary rehabilitation program. My experience with patients who receive pulmonary rehab is quite positive. When I refer these patients, they come back to me saying that they have improved symptoms, they have improved functional capacities, a lot higher level of endurance. They feel great about it. Their attitude towards life is a lot better.
Psychologically and physically has been amazing improvement among all my patients, and I see it every day, and I highly recommend that.
When a patient's on oxygen therapy, you have to remember that oxygen is a drug with a dose that needs to be adjusted depending on the patient's circumstances and disease progression. The dose can be adjusted in the doctor's office, but can also be effectively monitored in a pulmonary rehabilitation setting where the patients are exercising and can be checked frequently and see if their dose has to be increased or decreased. One of the community resources that has been very effective over the years is the Better Breathers Club that's sponsored by the American Lung Association. It's currently being hosted by La Mesa Rehab in their facility, and it can be a very pleasant experience for patients to socialize and become educated about their disease process. If a patient has been diagnosed with COPD and is still having shortness of breath, they need to speak to their doctor about having their medications adjusted and to be referred for pulmonary rehabilitation, which will improve their exercise capacity and improve their quality of life.
It's easy to overcommit during the holidays, so be mindful and learn to say no. It's okay to be picky about the events you attend, to have family time, or better yet, some alone time. Don't go away, we have more Your Health coming up. We take a look inside the world's largest poison control system and a new program empowering you to be a health advocate.
From fitness to medical technology, explore how people are leading healthier lives on Your Health. Join Erica Cardenas as she introduces you to health experts, examines popular fitness trends, and explores new treatments for common conditions. Discover how the choices we make in our daily lives directly affect our well-being. Plus, learn simple tips for leading a healthier life. Watch Your Health Sunday, Monday, Thursday, and Saturday only on YourView, or stream it online at yourview.com.
The largest poison control system in the world is located in California, and as they're about to show us, they're prepared to handle any type of emergency.
Poison control.
In California, we have a licensed and designated poison control center called the California Poison Control System.
Okay, and how many minutes ago did this happen?
It's the largest poison control system in the world and takes care of probably 6 to 10% of the population of the United States.
We're one of 4 divisions that comprise the California Poison Control System, which was brought to fruition in 1997.
Okay, and how many teaspoons or mouthfuls did she drink?
If you call the poison control system, you'll get either a pharmacist or a nurse, and sometimes even a doctor. And if you call from a health care facility, you are always able to talk to a physician who's a medical toxicologist. Methamphetamine is a dangerous drug. It's probably the most commonly abused street drug, especially in California and certainly in Southern California. A lot of times a lot cheaper than alcohol. Methamphetamine affects every organ in the body. After it's used for a long period of time, people can get damage to their brains, and that can lead people to get depressed and have personality changes. It's fairly well known that they have bad dentition and their teeth can fall out. They can get damage to their heart and heart valves and develop things that look like heart failure if used over long periods of time. It's estimated that almost 20% of people have used marijuana in the last 30 days in the state of California. That can leave a lot of marijuana products in households where there's children. Most of the dispensaries in California that sell marijuana products will sell them in child-proof containers. These child-proof containers work pretty well, and most kids can't get into them who are younger, like 2 years of age. However, if the top is left off, or if products like a gummy is left on a table, then it's easy for children to get into them and possibly be exposed to marijuana products. In very severe cases where they ingest a lot of the product, several different gummies, we've seen people have convulsions before and extremely bizarre behavior for several days afterwards. Another toxin that we are commonly exposed to in Southern California are stingrays. Our beaches in the summertime are lined with people who get stung by stingrays. Stingrays don't bite, they have a barb that's on their tail, and that venom gets injected into the skin or the foot, and it's severe pain that people say they've never felt before. The venom that's contained within a stingray barb is what we call heat labile. That means that if you subject it to high temperatures, the venom actually denatures or falls apart. We don't want to burn the extremity, but we want to put it in as hot as tolerated water at the time without a burn being caused and leave it there until the pain starts to get better. The number to contact the Poison Control Center in California is 1-800-222-1222.
Another way to practice self-care during this busy time is to be kind to yourself. Instead of being self-critical about what you can't do, offer yourself empathy and understanding. This kind self-talk can have a huge impact on your outlook and mental state. Stick around, there's more to come on Your Health, a new podcast focused on health and well-being.
It's what you do. It's how you do it. It's Arizona Living Your Life. Join host Kate Longworth for a show designed to help you live your best Southwest life. Get a closer look at the most enjoyable experiences to be found in Arizona. From great day trips to delicious dining spots, there's no shortage of new adventures awaiting you.
A new TV show and podcast is educating the public about their health and well-being. Let's take a look.
In a world filled with busy schedules and endless distractions, taking charge of your health has never been more crucial. Welcome to a journey of empowerment, education, and well-being with Health Check with Dr. Nooristani.
Hi, I'm Dr. Ahmad Nooristani. I'm excited to invite you to join us on a quest for better health and understanding. You see, your health is your most valuable asset. It's time that we all take the reins and become well-informed about our health and well-being.
We've all been there. Doctors' offices bustling with activity, and time is often short. But here's the truth. Staying informed about your health is not just important, it's essential. Doctors may not always have the luxury to dive into every detail during appointments, and that's where Health Check comes in. Our show is your go-to resource for in-depth insights on important health topics. Whether you're curious about the latest medical breakthroughs, seeking advice on managing chronic conditions, or simply looking to lead a healthier lifestyle, Health Check has got you covered. Health Check with Dr. Nooristani isn't just another show, it's an opportunity for you to take control of your health journey. Being informed means you can make decisions that align with your well-being and make the most out of your visits to the doctor's office. But Health Check is more than just a show, it's a movement driven by people like you who believe that knowledge is power and that by working together, we can create a healthier, happier community. Dr. Nooristani isn't just a doctor with over 16 years of experience. He's passionate, he's an advocate for change. He's not only started 2 nonprofit organizations to help the uninsured, but also actively engages in the community to ensure that everyone has access to vital healthcare information.
So are you ready to take charge of your health? Join us on Health Check with Dr. Nooristani as we explore a world of possibilities. Learn from experts and hear stories that will inspire us all.
Tune in to Health Check with Dr. Nooristani weekly to gain insights that can transform your health journey. Let's build a healthier, happier community together. Get ready to be informed, inspired, and tune in with your health. See you on the next episode of Health Check with Dr. Nooristani.
Thanks for joining us on Your Health. Remember to slow down and enjoy the holiday season. And remember to take some time for yourself. I'm your host, Erica Cardenas. Have a happy and healthy day. See you next time.